Hey dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking we're making tortas de milanesa. A torta is a Mexican sandwich, and milanesa is a really thin meat cutlet that's breaded and fried. Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, real common there, and even in Mexico. So we're gonna do sort of a little South American, North American twistaroony here with a milanesa sandwich. Okay, for the milanesa part here, I've got some really thinly cut, actually milanesa cut on the label, sirloin steaks. In Texas, you can find milanesa cut of a round steak or a sirloin steak. It's pretty common. Otherwise, just get a really thin round steak or sirloin. You really want something that's between a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch thick. So I'm gonna go ahead, these are about a 1/4 inch, I guess, on average. So I'm gonna season them with some salt. Just get it all in there, and some pepper. A little bit of lime juice. Sure, it'll be fine. And some minced garlic. And now for the gruesome part. I've got a mallet here, or a meat tenderizer, and I'm just gonna pound these out. Just gonna gently pound these. Pound me gently until they're really thin and even thickness throughout, and at the same time I'll be like sort of pressing that garlic into them. Okay, so that looks like they're fairly even size now, and now I'm just gonna sort of try to cut them into approximately even serving sizes that are gonna fit. I'm gonna use some bolillo rolls, and those are about 6 inches by 4 inches. So just kind of make your meat however big your bread is, and that'll make your life a little easier later on. Okay, so this one, cut that in half. And let's see, this guy will be our little shrimpy piece. Go over there by yourself, little dude. And then these two can be our big guys, our big old boys right here. Okay, great, fabulous. Okay, so then here I've got some egg, just beaten up some plain egg, and some panko breadcrumbs. And these are a Japanese breadcrumb. They're coarser and kind of fluffier than a regular breadcrumb. To me, regular breadcrumbs end up feeling kind of gritty at the end. So I really like these, but a regular breadcrumb is also totally fine. If you can make your own sort of like freshish breadcrumbs, would probably be better. Okay, so this is real simple. We're just gonna get our meats, our meat pieces. Hey, buddy. Dip it in the egg. Dip it in the breadcrumbs. Super simple. And you can do this with really thinly cut chicken as well, or even eggplant. And there's a restaurant in Austin that does all vegan Mexican food, and they do one with seitan, or Satan, however you pronounce that one. And it's really, really good too. So lots of variations here, just to get real nice and coated. And onto our little plate. And next. Okay, once you have all of your steaks coated, it's time to move on over and put some heat on it. To cook these, I've got about a 1/4 inch of oil here. I'm using peanut oil, but whatever you like to use to fry, like corn oil or canola oil, is totally fine with me. And I've got it fairly hot, just until when you throw a little crumb in there, it sizzles. It's basically very similar process to making chicken fried steak. And we're just gonna let these kind of fry over a medium heat for maybe 3 minutes, and then flip them over. Okay, now when you can see the crumbs around the edges are starting to get sort of light brown, we can go ahead and flip it. When you're doing stuff like this, make sure when you flip things, you sort of flip it away from you like that, so you don't risk splattering oil all up in your beautiful face. That's your money maker, guys. Got to take care of it. Okay, about 3 more minutes. Man, looks awesome. And don't be afraid to flip them more than once. There's no shame in that at all. If you need to just make sure they're cooking evenly and getting cooked all the way through. For our sandwich assembly, I've got a bolillo roll, which you could use just a little section of a French bread, like a baguette or something like that. It's a type of French bread, very popular in Mexico. So it's slightly crusty, nice and soft inside. I'm just gonna butter this a little or a lot, and down like that, and let's get it a little bit toasty. Gonna put a little bit of butter on the outside. And if you wanted to skip the whole sandwich thing, you could totally just serve the Milanesa with some beans and rice and salad and a little lime wedge to squeeze on top. Totally acceptable, a little bit of salsa. And you could also bake it. Once you get it breaded, you could bake it in the oven at like 425 for about 20 minutes or so. Fabulous. Great. Okay, seriously, time to assemble now. Enough screwing around with toasting bread and shit like that. So I've got some crema here. I've used this before. Several people have asked about it. It's kind of similar to a creme fraiche. It's like a thin sour cream, although it's not quite as sour as American style sour cream. But if you can't find this, you can use mayonnaise or sour cream or Greek yogurt if you're trying to be healthy. So give a little bit on both sides here. And we're gonna top it with one of our Milanesas, and then pretty much just whatever you want. So I've got some tomato, whoa guy, and some red onion, and some iceberg lettuce, and avocado is pretty much found on, I don't know, maybe not all tortas, but all good tortas, right? So a couple pieces like that. If I wasn't such a moron, I'd have some salsa here, but it's way over there, so I'm just gonna go for it like this. Oh, and then a little squeeze of some lime on top. You could add jalapenos. It's just, I mean, it's a sandwich, you guys. You can put whatever the hell you want on it. I'm not trying to boss you around with your sandwich. But look how gorgeous that is. It's like a McRib, but delicious. Okay, let's give her a taste. That is really fine. And I don't mean fine as in okay, I mean fine as in super badass. I mean like, whoa, yo, that sandwich is fine, like that, like you used to say in like middle school about boys having fine asses and stuff. Okay, maybe that was just me. All right, there you go. There's how to make a torta de milanesa. If you are actually from Argentina or Paraguay or Uruguay or Mexico and you think I did it wrong, please leave a nice comment telling me how you make it, or your mom makes it, or your grandma makes it. I love hearing about new ways to do stuff. All right, hope you enjoy this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. These are almost done. It's almost time for me.